Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. S.K. Raza, former Director, Institute of Pesticide Formulation Technology based at Gurgaon. Today we are going to talk on module Fragmentation Pattern of Organic Molecules under Electron Ionization Mass Spectrometry, Part 2. We have discussed some part of it in Part 1 and this comes under the paper Atomic Spectroscopy. The aim of the module is the same as we discussed in the previous module, that is to give an account of the guidelines followed in the fragmentation of organic molecules under electron ionization mass spectrometry, which we have already discussed in the previous module, to discuss the fragmentation pattern of different classes of organic molecule under electron impact, some of which we have already discussed in the previous module, and to understand the role of fragment ions as diagnostic tool for various classes of organic compounds. At the end of this module, one should be able to understand the guidelines which we have already discussed, to understand the role of fragmentation in structure elucidation of organic molecules under electron impact mass spectrometry, and to diagnose characteristic fragment ions for various classes of organic compounds and thus helping in the identification of such molecules. As we have already discussed, mass spectrometry is one of the very important and sophisticated analytical tool for the structure elucidation of organic compounds in particular. We have used different techniques of mass spectrometry for structure elucidation, but here, as I told you in the previous module, electron ionization is one of the most important technology used for structure elucidation, and hence we are discussing the fragmentation pattern observed in different classes of organic compound which are characteristic of that particular class in this particular module. We have already discussed some and we are going to discuss more in coming slides. Now we are going to discuss the fragmentation of alkyl halides in continuation to the earlier fragmentations shown for some classes of organic molecule. Most alkyl halides fragment by I cleavage to lose the halogen radical. N-butyl chloride, for example, gives the butyl cation due to the loss of chlorine radical. Here I have shown some spectrum of the alkyl halides. For example, the first one on the left hand side is secondary butyl bromide, while the one on the right hand side is heptane 3-chloromethyl. You can see that the molecular ion is not prominent in both these spectrum. They result into strong fragment ions due to the loss of chlorine or bromine radical, that is halogen radical. In both the cases, you can see 57 is due to the butyl group. We are going to discuss the fragmentation of ethers. The cleavage happens in two main ways. Number one, breakage of the carbon-carbon bond next to oxygen, just like alcohols we observed. For example, here you can see I have taken an ether with M by Z 88 and there may be two fragmentations A and B. A gives M by Z 73 while B fragmentation gives M by Z 59, and you can see both the fragmentations are appearing here. Coming to ethers, the cleavage happens in two main ways. CO bond cleavage with the charge on the carbon fragment is the second one. You can see in this spectrum that CO bond cleavage is taking place from the molecule to give a fragment ion which is quite stable in this particular case. If you talk of aromatic ethers, then the molecular ion is usually very strong and the mass spectrum is similar to phenols, both from phenoxyl cation, that is M by Z 93, and dissociated daughter ions or the fragment ions as you may call it. So here in the spectrum you can see that different fragmentation patterns are obtained, are observed, and you get a very strong molecular ion which is worth noting, and then the molecular ion gives a variety of fragment ions which are quite characteristic for aromatic ethers. Ketones usually give strong molecular ion peaks. A major fragmentation pathway involves alpha cleavage to give an acylium ion. You can see a ketone having a molecular weight of 100 gives two types of fragment ions. Fragmentation A leads to M by Z 71, while the pathway B leads to M by Z 57. You can see very strong molecular ion and then subsequent fragment ions due to M by Z 71 and M by Z 57 in the spectrum. These are the prominent ions formed in the spectrum. Continuing with ketones, the carbonyl containing fragment can also take the radical pathway, and again the same molecule having molecular weight 100 gives an ion due to loss of the carbonyl group and another one due to the presence of carbonyl group and loss of the alkyl group from the chain. So you can see that M by Z values are obtained, and it's with a strong molecular ion peak you get a lot of fragment ions also. Continuing with ketones, for ketones with longer chain, the McLafferty rearrangement often leads to strong peaks. As I have described in the previous module, the McLafferty rearrangement takes place when a gamma hydrogen is present and the spatial distance is 1.8 angstrom unit. Here you can see a long chain carbonyl compound gives rise to M by Z 58 due to McLafferty rearrangement, and this McLafferty rearrangement is a very important phenomenon taking place in all the carbonyl compounds. This ion is mostly the most abundant peak in the spectrum of ketones. As you can see in this particular spectrum, that M by Z 58 is the base peak in this spectrum, having a sufficiently stable molecular ion. Coming to aromatic ketones, here the molecular ion is quite evident. The primary cleavage is alpha to the carbonyl group to give a strong aromatic CO plus peak, that is M by Z 105 when AR is equal to phenyl. This will lose the carbon monoxide to give the phenyl cation at M by Z 77. Various fragmentations taking place are shown here along with the respective spectrum. You can see that M plus is formed at 216, while the M plus 1, M plus 2, M plus 3, M plus 4 are also observed due to the isotopic abundances of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Then it forms various fragment ions shown here: M by Z 139, M by Z 111, M by Z 105 and M by Z 77 due to phenyl cation. All these fragment ions are quite abundant in the spectrum of aromatic ketones. Coming to aldehydes, aldehydes show weak but discernible molecular ion peaks. Major pathways are alpha cleavage, here also as seen in the ketones. And also aldehydes undergo McLafferty rearrangement just like the ketones. You can see here a molecule, an aldehyde having a molecular weight of 86 undergoes fragmentation to give you M by Z 85 and M by Z 29, M by Z 44 due to various cleavages of the bonds, and the most abundant fragment ion is formed due to McLafferty rearrangement at M by Z 44. Coming to aromatic aldehydes, they are similar to aromatic ketones. The molecular ion peak is very strong, and M-1 due to alpha cleavage to carbonyl is also strong to give ArCO due to loss of a hydrogen radical at M by Z 105 for Ar is equal to pH. Loss of carbon monoxide from this ion is common to give M by Z 77, that is the phenyl cation, just like aromatic ketones. You can see a very strong molecular ion peak at M by Z 106, and then due to loss of a hydrogen radical at M by Z 105, and M by Z 77 is also formed due to the loss of the carbonyl group, and a phenyl cation is formed as a result. The next class we are going to discuss is the carboxylic acids, aliphatic. In aliphatic carboxylic acids, the M plus ion, that is the molecular ion, is quite weak and not always visible. A characteristic M by Z 60 peak is often present due to the McLafferty rearrangement. Bonds alpha to carbonyl also frequently break to give M minus OH and M minus COOH. Actually, M minus COOH is the very characteristic peak in all aliphatic carboxylic acids, and it may serve as a diagnostic peak for the identification of these molecules. The spectrum shows the carboxylic acid, which is having a molecular weight of 88. It gives 71 due to loss of OH group, and then further fragmentation to give fragments at M by Z 43, M by Z 60, and so on. You can see in the spectrum. The strongest peak is due to the ion formed at 60 due to the loss of carboxyl group. Now, in case of aromatic acids, as you can observe in the spectrum, the molecular ion is very prominent, quite prominent. The common peaks are due to the loss of OH, that is M minus 17, and loss of COOH, that is M minus 45. Actually, M minus 45 is a very characteristic ion, and it can be considered as of diagnostic value in all acids, irrespective of whether they are aliphatic or aromatic. The carboxyl group as such is lost and gives a very prominent peak of diagnostic value. In an orthohydrogen bearing group is present, loss of water, that is M minus 18, is visible as again a distinct fragment ion in such compounds. You can see here, after the molecular ion, there is a peak due to M minus 18 from the molecular ion. Coming to another class of compounds, that is aliphatic esters. Here the M plus ion, that is molecular ion, is usually distinct. The most characteristic peak is due to the McLafferty rearrangement, here also due to the presence of a carbonyl group. You can see the spectrum shows a molecule having molecular ion 144 to give you the ion, strongest ion at M by Z, that is the most stable peak due to McLafferty rearrangement, due to which is the most stable peak ion in the mass spectrum of this particular ester. Here the M plus is usually prominent unless RO chain is long. The base peak is loss of RO radical. Here you can see the molecular weight of a 164 aromatic ester is shown. Due to the loss of O alkyl group, we get an ion at M by Z 105, which is actually the base peak in the spectrum, and then a phenyl cation is also formed at M by Z 77. The McLafferty rearrangement gives the corresponding acid. A more complicated rearrangement often gives a prominent acid plus 1 peak also in the mass spectrum of aromatic esters. Again, you can see 164 ester gives rise to a fragment ion at 122 due to McLafferty rearrangement, and then an ion at 123 is also observed due to the loss of a prominent acid plus 1 peak is observed. Now, coming to the amines, which is a very important class of organic compound, aliphatic monoamines have odd numbered and weak molecular ion peak. Most important cleavage is usually breaking off the carbon-carbon bond next to the carbon-nitrogen bond. As I told you earlier, amines falling in the class of nitrogenous compound follow the nitrogen rule, that if there is an odd number of nitrogen atom, you will always get an odd molecular ion. Here you can very easily see that you are getting an odd molecular ion, and then there are CC cleavages and CN bond cleavage to give various fragment ions shown in this spectrum. The base peak in nearly all primary amines comes at 30 M by Z. So you can see here it's a very big peak which we generally call as the base peak in the spectrum of amines. Here again M plus is intense. Why? Because of the presence of a nitrogen, odd number of nitrogen atom. And NH bond can be broken to give moderately intense M-1 peak also. You can see the spectrum of an aromatic amine shown in this particular figure. M by Z 92 is formed due to the loss of a hydrogen. M by Z 93 is the molecular weight of the compound. As you can recollect, I told you that a single nitrogen or an odd nitrogen will always result into an odd molecular ion. So the molecular ion is formed at M by Z 93 due to the presence of odd nitrogen atom, that is one nitrogen atom, and then it loses a hydrogen M-1 peak, which is observed at M by Z 92, besides other fragment ions. A common fragmentation is loss of HCN and H2CN to give peaks at M by Z 65 and 66. As you can see, the same amine as shown in the previous slide, M by Z 93, it gives rise to fragment ions due to the loss of HCN and H2CN. Alkyl substituted aromatic amines typically show breakage of the carbon-carbon bond next to the CN to give a strong peak at M by Z 106 when AR is equal to phenyl. So you can see the molecular ion is observed at 121, which is quite strong, but it results into the most stable fragment ion due to the cleavage of a CC bond, that is methyl radical is lost, and you get a very strong base peak in this spectrum. The amides, the primary amides give a strong peak at M by Z 44 due to the breakage of RCONH2 bond, that is RC bond, or you may also call it as alpha cleavage. So an ion is formed NH2C double bond O, which is observed at M by Z 44, and it is quite a strong peak for the identification of amides. Aliphatic amides, that is M plus, that is molecular ion is weak but discernible. For straight chain amides more than 3 carbons, McLafferty rearrangement gives rise to the base peak at M by Z 59. Since amides also have a carbonyl group, so if a long chain aliphatic amide is there, McLafferty rearrangement will take place and it will form a very strong peak, as it is shown here due to the M by Z 59, which is arising due to McLafferty rearrangement. Now let us discuss the aromatic amides. A spectrum I have produced before you, and I have asked a question, any familiar features? I am not going to discuss it here. It will come into the subsequent slides that are going to be exposed to you. You can see that M plus is very strong, and loss of NH2 to make PHCO cation at 105, followed by loss of CO to make the phenyl cation, are the most significant ions present in such compounds or such molecules. You can see the molecular ion is very strong, followed by the ions arising due to loss of NH2 and loss of PHCO in the spectrum. Now the next group that I am going to discuss is the nitrile, organic nitriles. Here again, the molecular ions are not as strong as you have been seeing in other classes of compounds. It is generally weak or absent. For aliphatic nitriles, loss of alpha hydrogen can give a weak M-1 ion also, and you can see that there is a molecular ion peak followed by an M-1 peak in the spectrum, though it is not very significant, but at least it is visible, and then of course it gives other fragment ions as shown in the spectrum. The base peak in such compounds is usually 41 due to a rearrangement like the McLafferty rearrangement. This has limited diagnostic value since C3H5 plus has the same mass. So you cannot consider it as a diagnostic value, but still M by Z 41 is generally observed in such a spectrum. Aliphatic nitro compounds have weak odd M plus, that is molecular ion. The main peaks are hydrocarbon fragments up to M minus NO2 group. Here I have shown a nitro compound having molecular ion at M by Z 131. You can see it is not a very strong molecular ion, but then it results into the losses and gives fragment ions at M by Z 25, M by Z 43, M by Z 57, M by Z 71 and M by Z 85. They are quite prominent ions and form the characteristic ions due to the various losses for aliphatic nitro compounds. On the other hand, aromatic nitro compounds, the molecular ion is quite strong and the prominent peaks result from the losses of NO2 radical to give an M by Z M minus 46 peak. Also prominent is M minus 30 peaks due to the loss of NO from the molecular ion. As you can see here, the molecular weight of the molecule is 123, which is quite prominent, and then M minus 46 is formed due to the loss of nitro group to give the phenyl cation, that is M by Z 77, and also NO loss is there, that is M minus 30, to give an ion at M by Z 93. So dear students, let us now summarize what we have learned in this particular module. The two modules on fragmentation have clearly shown that different classes of organic molecules undergo different types of fragmentation in a very characteristic fashion. Some of the fragment ions formed are of diagnostic value and help in identifying the molecules or the classes of molecules that you are going to study. I am sure by now you will be able to understand that the fragmentation pattern of a molecule can help you in arriving at the right structure of the molecule. Of course, in many cases, it may not be sufficient or it may not give you sufficient information, and I am repeating that no one technique is sufficient to arrive at the structure of complex organic molecules. Maybe you have to take the help of other spectroscopic techniques such as NMR, IR, UV-Vis spectroscopies. Thank you very much.